Wa barakatuh. My respected brothers and elders, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with Iman and Islam, and He has made us very fortunate people. Along with that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made us from the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Antumul akhirun al-awwalun. You are the last to come into this world, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, but you shall be the first to enter into paradise. And there are many fadail and many virtues of this ummah. One of the Sahabi, he says that one of the virtues of coming at the end is that all the ummahs that came before us, what mistakes they made, Allah Ta'ala made apparent to us in the Quran. But what mistakes we will make, nobody will know of. And another virtue is that we will have to stay less in our qabr for the hashr, for the day of judgment to come. The nations that went before us have to stay in the qabrs and in their graves for a long time. So Allah Ta'ala has blessed this ummah, and the ummahs that came before us, Allah Ta'ala has given us, by bringing us at the end, He's given us the examples of the ummahs of the past, and He's explained to us that look, this is how these people went wrong, and He's given us all of these stories and all these examples and all the ahwal of the past nations to explain to us that you must not do like them. They thought, the past nations thought that success is in this thing and that thing, in this acquisition, in this asbab, in such and such thing. Allah Ta'ala has negated everything. Except Allah Ta'ala says that the success is in fulfilling the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and following the blessed ways of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. If somebody thinks that my success is in kingdom, if I become a king of the world, I'll become successful, Allah Ta'ala gives the example of Fir'aun. Somebody thinks that if I become popular, Mr. Popular, everyone likes me, everyone loves me, then I'll become successful. Allah Ta'ala gives the example of Namrud. If somebody thinks that if I get a high position, ministerial position, I'll become successful, Allah Ta'ala gives the example of Haman. If somebody thinks that if I become very, very wealthy, I'll become successful, Allah Ta'ala gives the example of Qarun. And Allah Ta'ala says so much wealth. Allah Ta'ala Himself is praising the wealth of Qarun. وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِنَ الْكُنُوزِ مَا إِنَّ مَفَاتِحَهُ لَتَنُوعُ بِالْعُصْبَةِ وَلِلْقُوَّةِ. That I gave him so much wealth that to lift the keys to his treasures, a big group was needed. And the Mufassirin, they say that by big usba means that 40 donkeys were needed just to lift the keys of the treasures of Qarun. So imagine how many vaults he had if he has so many keys, and imagine how much wealth he had in there, and imagine what he was worth. But Allah Ta'ala is showing that no, فَخَسَفْنَا بِهِ وَبِدَارِهِ الْأَرْضِ. Despite his wealth, we did not have to separate him from his wealth, from his acquisition to make him unsuccessful. When he disobeyed Musa alayhi salam, he did not accept the da'wah of Musa alayhi salam. Allah Ta'ala says, we made him unsuccessful, we made him sink into the ground along with his wealth. So Allah Ta'ala is showing that success is not in wealth. If somebody thinks that in our agriculture we'll become successful, look at Qawm Sabah. Somebody thinks in our business, trade will become successful, Allah Ta'ala says, look at Qawm Shu'aib. Somebody thinks in our technological advancement will become successful, look at Qawm Thamud. Somebody thinks that in safety there is numbers, wherein a majority will become successful, Allah Ta'ala says, look at Qawm Nuh, that the non-Muslims, the non-believers were in a majority, Nuh alayhi salam and the Muslims were in a minority, and yet Allah Ta'ala made Nuh alayhi salam and the Muslims successful, and the majority became unsuccessful. Somebody thinks that our success is in fulfilling our desires, look at Qawm Lut. Somebody thinks that our success is in might. If we are powerful, if we've got the weaponry, if we've got position and power, we'll become successful. Look at Qawm Aad. In this way, Allah Ta'ala has negated everything. That success is not in any ism, in any ideology, in any way of life, in any sabab, in any means, in any acquisition. Success is only in kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. La ilaha illallah meaning fulfill the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Muhammadur Rasulullah meaning follow Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. لو استفتحوني من كل باب وجاءوني من كل طريق لا أفتح عليهم إلا أن يكونوا وراءك يا حبيبي. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is being told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that, oh my Habibi, if people utilize every path to reach me, if they come at me and knock at my every door, I will not open for them, and they will never reach me except if they come behind you, if they follow you. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is that person who is recognized by even the ashjar, by the trees, by the hajar and the madar, by all the creation, even the stones. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, I still know, inni la'arifu shajaratan kana yusallimu alayya. I even know, till today I still know, when after he became became a prophet, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says that I still today I recognize the tree that before I was a prophet I used to walk past this tree used to say Assalamu alayka ya Rasulullah. Even the stones used to do salam to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So dear respected brothers and elders, the stones and the pebbles and the trees and even pebbles. The example, we know the story. Abu Jahl came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, said, "Oh Muhammad, tell me what is in my hand and I will accept. I will believe in you." Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Shall I tell you, or do you want the thing in your hand to tell you?" So he said, "That's even better. If you can make that speak, then that's even better. There'll be no doubt left then." So Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam commanded. There were 6 pebbles in his hand, in Abu Jahl's tight, closed fist. He said, "Speak. Who am I?" So they spoke up. They said, "Nashhadu annaka Rasulullah. You are the Rasul of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam." And Abu Jahl flung them away. He said, "This is sihr, this is magic." So even pebbles recognized, even animals, even dead animals. There is one riwayah that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in a desert. He is with the Sahaba Kiram sitting there, and a Bedouin. You know, desert people, Bedouins, they're very rough, crude people. So this Bedouin is passing and he saw Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam sitting with the Sahaba Kiram. He realized that this is some personality. So he asked the Sahaba that, "Who is this?" He said, "This is Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam." So he went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Because he's a crude, rough person, he had just been out hunting and he had hunted a big lizard, because they used to eat lizards, and he had tied this lizard to his camel. He said, "Wallat wal Uzza, I swear by Lat and Uzza, ma amantu bika, I will not believe in you, wa yu'minu bika hadha al-dhab, except if this lizard testifies to you, then I will believe." Now one is that it is a lizard, it is an animal that did not speak, and the other thing is that it is dead. And yet Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam spoke to, he cut the ropes of the lizard, threw it in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "Ya dhab." So he said, "Labbaik wa sa'adaik ya khayru man wafil qiyamah." He spoke. He said, "Oh the best person who will be present on the day of judgment, labbaik, I am at your service." "Man ta'bud," who do you worship? "Alladhi fis samai arshuhu," I worship that being whose arsh is in the heavens. وَفِي الْأَرْضِ سُلْطَانُهُ, and in the earth is his kingdom, dominion. وَفِي الْبَحْرِ سَبِيلُهُ, he's got control over the seas. وَفِي الْجَنَّةِ رَحْمَتُهُ, in Jannah is his rahmah, his mercy. وَفِي النَّارِ إِقَابُهُ, and in the hellfire is his punishment. He said, "Man ana, who am I?" "Anta Rasulu Rabbil Alameen wa Khatamun Nabiyyin wa qad aflaha man saddaqaka wa khaba man kazzabaka." He said, "You are Rasul of the Lord of the worlds, and you are the seal of all the prophets, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Whoever testifies, whoever follows you, believes you, he will become successful. Whoever denies, he will be unsuccessful." So dear respected brothers and elders, even non-speaking creatures recognize Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What a shame it would be if we live our lives, we go into our graves without ever having recognized Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and recognized Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I was working in a school. The deputy headmaster, he said to me that I wake up 4 o'clock every morning. I said, "Why do you have to wake up 4 o'clock? You're not Muslimic. You don't have to perform salat. 4 o'clock, why do you wake up 4 o'clock?" He said, "Every day, summer, winter, rain, snow, whatever the weather. 4 o'clock I wake up, I have my routine." I said, "Why?" He said, "I got my Labradors." You know Labradors? Dogs. So I got 4 dogs. I take them for a walk by the canal every single morning. I said, "Subhanallah, a person can wake up for his dogs 4 o'clock. Muslim cannot wake up at 7 o'clock for his Allah who has given him everything. A Muslim can wake up for the Boxing Day sales at 5 o'clock, but not for Allah." This is because we have not recognized Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have not recognized Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. This is why, respected brothers and elders, we have a huge responsibility. We are from the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. These privileges and virtues have been given to us because an additional responsibility has been given to us. It is not enough for us to go to Jannah on our own. We are leaders of the whole world. We have to take all of mankind with us into Jannah. One of the scholars used to say, Allah Ta'ala has sent us from Jannah. Jannah is our watan. It is our real motherland. We are not from Somalia, from India, Pakistan, Bangladesh. No. Why am I? A person says, I'm from Somalia. Why? Oh, you live in England though. No, I'm from Somalia. Why? Because my forefathers came from Somalia. So who is our real father, first father? Adam alayhi salam. Who is our mother? Hawa alayhi salam. So, what is our watan? Real watan? Jannah. Allah sent us from Jannah into this world so that we may make an effort and we may take all of mankind back with us into Jannah. Unfortunately, we came into this world, we forgot about our own Jannat, let alone worrying for the whole of mankind. One of the scholars used to say, a dog wakes up in the morning and he roams the streets. Why? Looking for a bone. Dog finds a bone, he's happy. A cat walks around the streets, wakes up, yawns, walks around the streets, looking for a mouse. If it finds a mouse, finds some scraps, it's happy. A pig wakes up in the morning, roams around in third world countries looking for poo, toilet. If he finds some toilet, he's happy. And bad, evil people in the world, they wake up in the morning, they roam the world to make people fight, to spread fasad, corruption, instigate this people against those people and sell both of them arms, make them fight, sit back, enjoy it. But the ummati of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he wakes up in the morning, his fikr, his worry, concern, his jawla, his gasht, his effort is that how can I take all of mankind with me into Jannah? One of the scholars, he said, Shaitan made intention. Shaitan is our enemy because he is the enemy of our father, Adam alayhi salam. And he hates all of us. He wants to take us all into Jahannam. And he made a pledge in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He made a promise. He said, oh Allah, I'm not going to go alone. I'm going to take all of the children of Adam with me. He made an intention for all of mankind. So we should also make intention. Just as Shaitan made a very big intention, we should also make an intention that, Ya Allah, I'm not going to go into Jannah alone. I'm going to take all of mankind with me. I'm going to make the effort of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I'm going to go do jawla. If I know of brothers, my neighbor, my friends, my relatives, my school friend, I do not see them in salat, I do not see them making the effort of deen, I see them straying, it is my responsibility, I go to them, I call them. And I explain to them with love, in hikmah, with wisdom. Especially our youngsters. We see where our youngsters are going. 40, 50, 60 years ago, 50 years ago, 60 years ago, the people came from the subcontinent. Their situation, their condition was not as it is now. They were very, mashallah. But the country, the place, the environment has an effect on our iman. And this is why our children are becoming affected. So this is why it's important we create an environment, not just in our masjids, but in our homes also. We speak about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We speak about qabr, akhirat, jannat, jahannam. We speak about the hereafter every day. And we go to people and we knock on their doors and we encourage them. And we make the effort of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we strive out in the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 3 days, 10 days, 40 days, 4 months, so that we strengthen our iman, we learn the effort of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we learn how to give dawah, and then we do the effort of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and we make intention, inshallah, on the day of judgment, I will be going into Jannah like a prophet. In the hadith is mentioned that some people, the angels will ask, that who are these prophets? We didn't know them. So they are not prophets. They are from the ummah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But they made the effort of the prophets. Today in Jannah, they are not going alone. They are taking whole group with them. So Allah Ta'ala make me of those people, make you all of those people. Inshallah, we all make an intention, inshallah. Jazakumullah, subhanallah wa bihamdihi.